guys, it's Little Mama Liv. Welcome to my channel. I'm sorry I've been a bit away recently. I've had quite a lot going on with house stuff, getting a new car, and just general coronavirus-y stuff going on. We're all fine, everything's fine. Just been a bit of a stressful couple of weeks, but back on track now, and I'm glad to be speaking to you all again. You have the pleasure of me actually standing up today rather than sitting on the floor, so you can see full bump, because today I'm going to be talking to you about this Baby Go brand support belt. So this is from Amazon. It was kind of a mid-tier one. There were cheaper ones, there were more expensive ones, there were some really more expensive ones, but most of them were pretty much the same. Most of them had the same components. So I feel like I made a good choice with this one, and I've actually been really enjoying it. This one is a 4-in-1. You will find quite a lot will be 4-in-1 ones. And what that means is it's got different bands. It has 3 different bands. One for your first trimester, one for your second trimester, one for your third trimester, and one for postpartum as well. Obviously I haven't tried the postpartum one yet, but I'm 29 weeks pregnant today, and I'm in my 3rd trimester. Here we are, it's finally here. It's gone really quick actually. So let me just show you all the different ways that you can wear your belt and why it helps and what I think of it. So to do this, I'm going to have to introduce you to the bump in full. So you wear the belt under clothes. I find that it does stick out a bit under clothes. I'll show you it again when I put it all on to see how much you can see it through clothes, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, where are we going nowadays anyway, so that's perfectly fine. So I'll start off with the first trimester strap. So the first trimester strap looks like this, with a Velcro strap here, and all you do with that is you have it so that the curved bit is at the top, curved bit is at the top, and then you place it around your bump like that, so that it's kind of just holding underneath. You feel like you could lift up your bump with it, and then you take the strap all the way around to the other side, and then you Velcro that on there, not too tight but not too loose either, just so that you've got some nice support. And that's the first trimester belt, so you can see it goes around your back there, and it just holds up your bump when your bump is first starting to grow. Obviously you won't have much of a bump in your first trimester, but sometimes it just feels nice to have just something there to help you grow, to help you feel more comfortable. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's doing a lot. I couldn't get away with just wearing this on its own now, but that's why we have the other straps. So in your second trimester, which is when I got a lot of use out of this, you add the big strap, which is this one. This one is your second trimester strap. So you make sure that the little label there is tucked in so that it's the right way around, and you place it around your back like that, hold it out like that, and just gently tug so that you've got a bit of tension on there. You do want this to be tight but not too tight, and then you just pull it down and Velcro it on there. It Velcros directly onto this band here because it's kind of made of fuzzy material, and with the other one just pop it on there. There you go, and as you can see, that goes all the way up the back, and it cradles it round the front, so it just cradles your bump nicely. And what I do with this one is that if I'm going out for a walk, or if I'm doing some cleaning around the house or something like that, then this one I find is really supportive. I started to get in my second trimester some pelvic pain, some hip pain, and it really helped out with that. I found that that was really reduced if I wore this when I was walking. So I've really liked wearing this. The one thing that they do say is that you're not meant to wear it for longer than 3 hours at a time, because I think you can get used to it. I think your body isn't supposed to be confined like this for too long, and your body can get too used to it, and then when you take it off, it'll it'll move things around a bit too much. So I never really wear it for more than an hour or two, I don't think. And I don't wear it when I'm sitting down because it's just too uncomfortable. But a good thing about this is that it means that it stops you from bending incorrectly. So I bend with my knees rather than bending with my back, which is bad for your posture anyway. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. But it's almost impossible to do it when you've got the belt on like this. So it really makes sure that you're not exacerbating anything, any pains or anything like that. And around second trimester, your abs start to split and move as well. And that's diastasis recti, I think. If I've pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry, I've only actually read it in books. That's what that's called when your abs separate. And this just keeps it in nicely and make sure that you're not straining yourself, because I got a thing called that I noticed when I sit up, I get a little it's like cone shape here in my abs, and that's not great. That's not what you want to be doing, because it can make the gap even bigger, it can make it worse, and it means that it might not go back to a nice tucked in normal state after birth, and this just helps tuck it in. Not as much as the third trimester strap. That's the one that's really keeps you held in. So all the third trimester strap is this extra bit here, just a piece of Velcro, and all that does is you pop it on the top, over the top of your bump like that, and then you just stretch it round and Velcro it onto the pads there. So there you go. You can see you've got all those 3 pieces on now, and it just keeps your bump nice and supported. And this band really helps with that diastasis recti, really keeps everything held in, and it makes sure that you're not bending wrong, it makes sure you're not sitting up wrong either. I'm at the stage now where I have to kind of roll myself out of bed, and obviously this just helps keep everything in check, keeps everything where it's meant to be, because you do find, well, I find in my third trimester, everything does shift a lot. You're kind of, if you lie on one side, your baby kind of rolls over to that side and things like that. And this just makes sure that everything is nice and in position. And also the best thing about it is that it makes your posture better. So obviously with your bump being big now, it's quite often a tendency to kind of lean back to counteract it, or lean forwards, and this actually pulls the support right up onto your back again, pulls the weight off of the bump so you're not quite so pulled forwards, and it really helps with pelvic pain for that as well. So I really like this. I've actually really enjoyed wearing this. Well, enjoyed is a strange word, because it's not the most fun thing in the world, obviously, and it shouldn't be uncomfortable. It's never uncomfortable for me, but it's definitely tight, and I think the person that doesn't enjoy it is possibly the baby, because she's all jammed in there. She kicks it quite a lot, but she's perfectly comfortable. This doesn't feel too tight at all. If it feels too tight, then you're wearing it wrong, or you've got the wrong size. There are different sizes. This one is a medium, which I was surprised at, because I am quite a small person, and I needed a medium. But if you're buying it on Amazon or anywhere, to be honest, they do have size recommendations. They ask for your measurements here and here, I think, and that tells you exactly what size you need to buy. Some people need to buy more than one of these, so that it sizes up as your pregnancy progresses. I've been absolutely fine just having this one for my whole 3 trimesters. Obviously I'm not finished with my third trimester yet, but I think this should keep me going pretty well. And then the 4th trimester, also known as postpartum, essentially all that is that the second trimester band, release everything, boom, you do feel like everything's kind of popped out when you take it off. This band then becomes its own band, and you just wear this on its own, and it kind of wraps around you so that it really stops that diastasis recti from becoming a problem. It helps your abs fuse back together, and it just helps everything get back into normal. Obviously everything will be quite loose, everything will be stretched, and this just makes sure that everything gets pulled back in so that you have a really nice, comfortable recovery from after giving birth. I'm not sure if these are recommended for cesarean sections or anything like that. I'd imagine possibly not. I'd look into this because obviously I don't know that yet. But for natural birth, I'd imagine these are absolutely perfect. Obviously, I haven't used it yet. But yeah, I think I definitely will be using this after I've given birth as well, just to keep that diastasis recti in check and make sure everything gets back to normal while all your organs are shifting and everything gets back into it. So yeah, I really love this. I think it was a great purchase, and I know not everyone has them, and sometimes doctors recommend using them if you have particularly bad pelvic girdle pain or hip pain. Sometimes they are recommended, but I'd recommend using it straight from first trimester. I mean, maybe not in the earliest weeks, but as soon as you start to feel a little bump coming on, I would go ahead with this first trimester one, just to keep everything in check, just to keep everything a bit more comfortable, and make sure that the process of all of your bones and all of your ligaments and everything moving into place are kept where they're meant to be, and nothing's pulling or sagging, or obviously you're still going to have a little bit of uncomfortableness because that's pregnancy, but yeah, I'm really happy with mine. So I'm just going to pop everything back on and I'll show you what it looks like with clothes on. So this is all 3 trimesters of the belt put on together with clothes on. It does make your bump look a little bit bigger, and you can, let me come closer to show you, you can see like where the little straps are and things like that. And obviously I'm not wearing the tightest item of clothing at the moment. You can kind of see it there, but it's not too bad. Obviously if you're wearing a much tighter dress or something, yeah, you see there that is showing a little bit there. But if you're wearing something a bit tighter, then it is a lot more obvious. But really, I don't think it's a reason to not bother with it, because if anyone thinks, oh, what the hell is that, then the answer is, well, I'm pregnant, so I wouldn't worry about that at all. There are much more things to be concerned about in the world at the moment than somebody wearing a maternity belt while they're pregnant. So yeah, just don't worry about that. I think it's totally worth it. Yeah, long story short, I think the maternity support belt is definitely something I would recommend. This Babygo brand, I'll link it down below, is a great buy. Obviously I haven't tried any other brands at all, but this one has been great for me. It does come in different colours. This is a kind of beigey colour, and there's one in black, and I think there's one in white as well. But I just went for this colour because I thought it might show up less with whatever I'm wearing. If I got black, then it might show through white, and if I got white, then it might show through black. So yeah, I went for this colour, but whatever makes you feel comfortable. Yeah, so that's what I think of maternity belts, and I hope that helps, and I hope you have fun choosing them and wearing them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my videos and give it a like down below so that I know that you've liked this one. Obviously this one was a little bit different, but it's nice to know what you guys like. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!